bobbin. I changed the needle. So I think I just need to wait till tomorrow and tackle it again.
Yeah, yeah. Huh. I hope you get it
Do a
straight.
fresh start.
Well, I did find two little threads after I took the hook out. So I don't know. It's stitching, but it's not moving.
Huh. You reckon it's balled up with lint or something down in
I
it?
don't know. I pulled it out and brushed it and rethreaded and
New needle.
so put a new needle. I just had to step away, And I
Yeah.
like about 6 inches having a row, two rows sewed together.
Maybe it was
So
having a bad day.
I guess I'll try tomorrow.
Oh,
We all have those days, even our sewing machines.
Oh
yeah.
yes.
Yes.
Oh yes.
If I wasn't determined to go to AT&T today and get this live stream thing taken care of, which they had never heard of live stream, of course, but as long as they could get my browser set to it, that's I was happy. Well, when I got there, all of a
Well,
sudden I realized I needed somebody to link to. And I thought,
yeah.
oh, this isn't going to work because I have to have somebody that can let me in. I looked online right quick. Guess who was online? Mona.
Morning's all right. I took her out today too. Yeah. So what? Oh wow. So AT&T wouldn't let you live stream or?
No. I couldn't get my phone to let me go in to
Oh, okay.
Yardstream. The browser wouldn't let me in. And the girls tried to help me and everything else. And I just wasn't doing something right. Even though I said, okay, if I'm on that app,
Yeah.
I okayed for the mic and the camera. Well,
Oh,
when I got there, all of a sudden I realized, well, they didn't know what Yardstream was. And I said, well, I need to at least have the browser let me in. And I thought, oh, this isn't going to work. I
wow.
got on there and looked, and then Mona was on. So I said, Mona, let me in. I'm at AT&T.
Well, that's interesting because I got the Yardstream plugin, and then Google contacted me and said there's some kind of like weird things going on with your account. So it logged me out of everything, and I had to go and let StreamYard be okay. Google thought it was
It's
trying
me.
to. Yeah, no, but Google thought it was trying to attack my account. So yeah, I had to
Oh,
say
okay.
out StreamYard. But yeah, it logged me out of everything, and I had to change my password. And oh gosh, it's all
Hey,
right. I'm all
Yeah.
right. Good.
You gonna do your own live stream sometime? Or you gonna?
You know what? I'm gonna try it. I think I have an idea for my first live stream. I just got to put it together, and I just got to get it going.
That's my plan too, is just to get it going.
Yeah.
And while I'm in here sewing, if somebody else is sewing, that's great. But
Yeah.
Rita, ask Rita how upset I've been. Desperate.
You tried for a week now, I think, to get up here and not been able
I
to.
just want to come up on Rita's channel.
Well, I found Rita through Mona,
Uh-huh.
and I
We all,
found Mona
yeah, we've all
through
found each other
Becca.
through each other.
I found Mona through Rita.
Uh,
Yeah. Well, if I did find somebody through Becca, I found them through Tiffany.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I never did YouTube until COVID hit. And of course, when all the TV shows didn't have anything new anymore, I didn't realize the platform went beyond how to do mechanics, how to do plumbing, or whatever else, because I'd see my husband doing that stuff. Oh, look it up on YouTube, how to fix it. And I was just flipping through the channel one day and then came across a homesteader named Daniel Arms. And I got hooked on him and some other homesteaders. And then I found a Darlene Mishu who helped me break through that anybody can do quilting thing. You don't have to, be scared about points and this and that. Do scrappy, do whatever. chop it up,
Yeah.
sew it back together. And she's got a bit of her mouth on her, which doesn't bother me. But anyway, she had a lot of personal problems going on at home. And let's just say her mom's been dead for a year now. And her life has changed 100% because her mother was narcissistic.
Oh, wow.
But anyway, those are the people who led me in to the YouTube world. Plus, they had the first Okie Expo in Pryor, Oklahoma last year. And I thought, great, I need to get out of the house. I need to go somewhere. I told my grandson, so you want to go with me? I went up there and had a blast. I hadn't been out of the state in Texas in a long time. And I won a medium-size Harvest Right freezer, which about 6 weeks before, I got a small one that I taught my husband to let me get in a small one. And boy, was it small. Once I got that medium-sized one, they got it shipped home and everything.
Yeah.
I was like, boy, is that a difference. But I've got some of them's phone numbers and stuff, and they've been seeing if I want to come back again this year.
A harvest rat, that's an awesome prize, though.
So do you live in Oklahoma?
Pam,
Do what?
you in Oklahoma?
So
No, I'm in Weatherford, Texas.
Are you?
Yeah, and that was just a trip to get out of Texas and go away for a couple of days.
I've been hearing about the Oklahoma Quilt Expo they're going to have.
Yeah, you know what? I joined over a year ago. Well, this Christmas will be 2 years ago, I guess. I joined a quilters club. Went there. I just felt like such an outsider and uncomfortable. And they've had a couple quilt shows since then, and I've never even gone to them. But I told not the president, but the lady who, I don't know, secretary, whatever. She's the one that actually, I think, started the club 20-something years ago. And I says, y'all need a new members group where people feel welcome, to show them where everything is. Come to find out, I didn't even get on the mailing list to find out all the activities they had, like the Bee Club, the Beehive Club, and this and that.
So what is the name
So yeah, I mean,
of the quilting club?
It was Parker County Quilters. Yeah, Parker County's Quilting, whatever association.
I live near Oklahoma City.
Yeah, no, this one's down in Parker County of Weatherford.
Was it? Oh, okay.
And,
I'm in Parker County.
oh, okay. Now, have you ever gone to theirs?
Pardon me?
Have you ever gone to theirs over there?
No, I haven't.
It's over in Hudson Oaks,
Okay, I know
but in a church. You know Willow Park in Hudson Oaks?
Yes.
Okay. When you turn and go across the bridge on the south side there at Jerry Durant,
Yes.
there's a little church there. And it's like the third Thursday of the month.
Okay.
But I had met a couple ladies at the senior citizen, which I felt out of place too, because most everybody was in their 80s or 90s or something. And I just kept looking around the room and I kept going, I feel like them, but I don't look like them.
Oh,
so
But anyway,
I gotta ask y'all,
well,
ladies. I've seen the quilt at my house my mom had, and is it called a friendship quilt where everybody gets together and sits around and sews and does all that? Is that a friendship quilt or what do you have y'all done that or what is it called?
Our church calls it the Quilting Ladies.
Yeah.
There's no name for it.
I was just wondering. I saw a quilt that I had at my mom's house. It had all these names written on it, and I'm wondering if everybody sat around and quilted, or if they just added that to it, or what. I don't know.
that could have been, or they could have each sent in a block to be all put in together.
Oh, okay.
But sometimes the women would get together and everybody sit around the edge. I have my great grandmother's frame that comes down off the ceiling, and everybody, you just keep moving your chair around it. Mm-hmm. I have that in storage still.
They all had their names in the like in a block or something. So it's interesting. I was just
But-
wondering.
That's usually because they made that block.
Okay, all right, that's good. Good to know.
They actually still have a block
Yes.
exchange.
Yeah, sitting around quilting is a quilting bee if they all quilted it together. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
A signature quilt.
Oh, is that? Oh, okay. I mean, because they had their names in it. I mean, it's kind of interesting when I look at it. I'm like, wow, somebody did this years ago, and they all, I don't know if they sat around or if they just added to it, but it's kind of interesting. It's like a piece of history, you know.
Yeah. Oh, I've got my grandma's that they made for her on her birthday in 1955, and they all dated it, so it's even got the dates.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
So it's older than I am, and I'm old.
No, you're
No,
not.
you're not. I'm old.
You're still young.
But they put the date, so I know how it was made. So
Yeah.
You're old as
Sometimes
you
they
feel.
do sometimes they do a wedding one where everybody in the family will do a block, and they'll send it to someone to put it all together, and it'll have each person's name or whatever in it.
Yeah.
hey, Chloe.
I'm looking for something and I can't find it. If y'all could see my room right now, you'd run screaming into an institution.
I lost 3 of these white blocks today. It took me forever to find them. I had them, but they got mixed up with.
Is anybody actually sewing or just I mean, are y'all sewing?
I'm just pressing fabric.
Frank's busy. I've got my sewing machine here.
Okay, yeah, I just want to see if you were sewing or what.
But sometimes when we sew, it makes a funny noise through the computer.
Oh, I got you. Okay, all right.
You can't hear anything when it does. But morning, gonna watch the morning talk show.
Well, Pat, I had hold on just a second. Let me get something. I know you're seeing everything of an
You're fine.
apron. Oh, there you go. We had been looking for another house to move to another town for a long time. And we thought we were at that point. I thought we were at that point that I started packing up stuff. And we have a metal shop we had built a couple of years ago. And I put stuff in there. I'll be darned, the corner I put it in, and it started leaking.
Oh, really?
So I had to bring it up. And I had that fabric in cardboard boxes thinking, any day now.
Mhm.
And so I had to bring all that material in and wash it. And I found another box of material when I was cleaning out a storeroom that was fabric from, I have to say, the early 90s to maybe even the late 80s, that I had started making a broom skirt.
Mhm.
Took me a while to figure out why I had all this material cut up in certain lengths, 11-inch lengths, whatever. And then it dawned on me, I found the pattern that was still pulled out, where it was a broom dress, a layered dress I was going to make. I thought, well, now's the time to start working on it. But I'm going to make some of these while I'm sitting here tonight. I saw this from a lady on TV from Australia. I didn't quite like hers, and then just because I popped on hers, there's more came up. They're card holders, so that you can put your cards in, and don't have to hold your hand, and you can lay it down or whatever.
I like that.
So,
What is it, just a circle? 2 circles stuck together?
yeah, I happen to have a whole stack of discs that I don't ever use anymore, brand new. And she did the first lady did hers a little bit different. She made, okay, the discs are, I think, 4.5 inches big.
Uh-huh.
And then you cut out an inch or more bigger round. And then you do a running stitch and just gather it.
Gather it.
When you gather it, you stick your batting in the center and your disc. So you got 3 layers here.
Uh-huh.
And then you draw that string around it.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So once you draw the string around it, then you're going to have 2 of those. So you'll have 1, 2 of them. Do the same thing twice.
Is that
For
around the
first,
CD?
yeah, it's wrapped around the CD.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
That's
So you use 2
CDs.
CDs for
I
one.
got you. Okay.
Or you could do cardboard or anything that's stiff enough. But
Mhm.
a lot of people got a lot of CDs. They don't use a computer like that uses CDs anymore. Anyway,
Yeah.
and I had probably at least 75 discs in here. So once you draw them, the first lady in Australia, she made her batting the same size and drew the batting over it. To me, it made it too bulky.
Yeah, too thick.
And then the next lady, she cut the batting the same size as the disc.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, I went one step farther than that.
No.
I got tired of putting that disc in there, lining that batting up, and pulling the string and getting it equal. I glued the batting onto the CD.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow. That's kind of cool. Yeah, that's good.
So, and then when I started drawstringing it around it, I started adding a little bit of tacky glue around it and pressed the gathering on it
Mhm.
so it would be spread out more even. Because
So
every time you get one knot tied. Do what?
What holds the cards in there?
There's 2 of them. You press it together. See? Oh, can you see it?
No.
All right. Now can you see it?
I'll make you big.
Yeah, make her big.
Yeah,
Yeah.
make it big. I'm trying to understand that.
Okay, it's 2
You
discs.
leave it about halfway open.
It's 2 discs together. See, I'm trying to. There it is. And then you take and put a button on each side.
Interesting.
Okay.
Do you leave it about halfway open?
No, hold on a second.
Okay.
I happen to have a deck of cards here, so I took some pictures before with it. So here's the cards.
Like Uno.
Uno
You
card.
know,
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
and then you just stick your cards all the way around it.
Okay. Well, actually, that's pretty cool.
The button is what's holding it together.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
Okay,
even
so-
went one more step.
Okay, where's the button?
Instead of it's a red one right here. See it? Can
You
you
put
see
it
it?
on each side, right?
Yeah, there's
Put a
one
button
on each side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Initially the button holds it together,
Okay.
but I went one step farther in case that thread breaks. I put a dab of glue between the disc 1 and disc 2. Like here's the hole where the button's going to go through.
Uh-huh.
I put a dab of glue so that the button was going to and the material was glued together. So when you had 2 discs together, they're actually glued together in that center part. So even if
Okay.
that button breaks, it's not going to come apart.
Yeah.
That's
But
a
it's
good
called a
idea.
card holder. That way you can lay your cards down and pick them back up and everything without moving them.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Cool.
But I found another one popped up, and it shows your cards, say a 7 by 10 whatever, and somehow they got it sewed with a pocket. So it's got 3 layers, so you can stick your cards in different layers, and it props open. Somehow it props open so that it sits in front of you, and you don't have to touch it, and you can just move your cards around.
Interesting. Wow.
So that's a neat one.
Oh, it is pretty good.
And when I was rewashing and going through all that stuff, I happened to find some fabric that's cheater fabric. And I put the batting on the back of it, and it's got a heart in the center, which it's not going to show much of the other anyway, because by the time you go around it, but it makes it look poofy, quilted looking. So once you draw it around there, you're not going to see but the edge. And I went along and did each edge.
Yeah.
And then when I went around the heart, on the outside of the heart where the maroon is, and then on the inside. So anyway, sometimes I get tired of big things. I want to sit down and get something done and feel gratification.
Yeah.
Not 3 weeks, not a year or whatever later.
So Rita, how's that featherweight sewing?
Going good. I love my featherweight.
I need to pull mine out.
It's my favorite machine to sew on.
I think I'm missing some cards, but whatever. I'll find them later somewhere. My hands don't like to sew very much. You can also go around with a sewing machine, especially if you got top thread, quilting thread, and just long enough. You just go a 1/4 inch or so around and pull it tight. Having Oreos and milk for dessert tonight.
Did you dip the Oreo in the milk, or did you just eat the Oreo and then drink the milk?
Well, I'm trying to be nice and not dip in front of y'all.
Okay. Well, I won't be offended. You can go ahead and do that. That's what I
Hey,
did.
dip as long as you want to dip.
I went
That's the best way.
to eat my chocolate pudding.
I can't help but dip that Oreo in the milk. I love it.
Well, here's to you.
There you go. That's nice.
Hold on a second. I ordered some stuff from Sam's, and I put that box, big box of Oreos up in the cabinet. Out of sight, out of mind. I was looking for something the other night and went, there's the Oreos.
Oh, my.
All right.
Jin Poo, who's Jin Poo? We got Jin Poo in here.
Scratch and Pete.
Scratch and Pete.
The Jin Poo.
Get out my tacky glue or my flex glue.
Dana, how you doing?
There we go. There's Jin Poo. Hello, Jackie and Scratch and Pete. Nice to meet
Scratch and
you.
Pete is the man. He is the man.
See, got one more glued on. Let it sit and dry for a second.
Dana.
Check that out.
Dana, I'm gonna catch you live
Surrounded by
sometime.
chicks.
Yeah, I know.
Bad.
I had to go see my mama this weekend. And Dana, I'm gonna catch you live. I'm gonna catch you live again. I just had to go down to see my mama this weekend and take care of business with her. So yeah.
Sorry. Yes, that nickname was given to me by the church accountant many years ago. Them nicknames will stick a lot of times.
I just glued the disc to the batting this time.
You said you glued it to it, or?
I glued the batting to the disc, and then I put glue on it to the fabric. Now I'll just go around and gloss through it. I'm trying to save as many steps as possible on other things.
No doubt. I mean, keep it simple. Yeah. I mean.
Well, when you start pulling that string, it gets twisted.
Yeah.
All right. Needle and thread. Okay, I just had one the other day.
She doing watching the 10 o'clock news. Did that other show go off? Huh? Oh.
Yeah, get out another needle. I don't see that one. Oh, I know where it is. I think. There it is.
Don't be like Rita and lose your needle.
I know.
Move the needle.
Well, I don't use hand needles very often.
I would say that if I had a record player right here, don't move the needle on the record, but you know.
If
I
somebody's typing a lot,
do have a record player, by the way. So.
is somebody typing a lot or what?
I know. I hear a crackling sound.
I do too.
Not
Kinda
me. I
sounds
guess
like a
I'm just
mic.
watching.
Not me.
Linda Dittman saying, can you show us when you get the thread pulled together?
You want me to make you solo so you can show us, or you to show us?
What's that? You talking to me?
When you get the thread pulled together.
Oh, okay. Hold on just a second.
Let me put you up there.
May take me a second here to find the hoe.
You're another one without a needle threader.
You know what? I've got some here somewhere that I got from Temu, and I'm not even sure where I put it at right now. I'm using a upholstery thread that I just happen to have.
So is that the needle on the machine, or just are you hand sewing?
I'm just hand sewing so it's not noisy.
Okay.
Find my ends. Ah, dropped one.
Mona didn't know we were live. I thought she knew we were live. Or she typed that on the wrong stream.
Since that one's not dried to the fabric yet, I'm just going to do it on the other one without the disc on it. That may or may not have been a good idea. I don't know.
We're watching finish our card holder.
We're here, Mona. She's just showing us how to do something.
It may take me a second, ladies. I saw your garden the other morning, Rita.
Whoops.
I just have some buckets out back that are called wicking tubs. That used to have protein tubs for cattle.
Hell yeah.
And I put plastic bottles in the bottom of them that the bottles had holes at the bottom and the top, and that way the water would suck up into the bottles.
Mm-hmm.
I learned that from.
I've seen YouTube videos on that before.
There's a gentleman named Gardening with Leon. He's out of Oklahoma. He's in his probably late 80s. He's got a not landscaping, but a plant store, whatever you call it. Anyway, he teaches that wicking tub. And you can either use like French drain or plastic bottles. I just started saving plastic bottles like crazy when I started. And then you put those in the bottom and make sure there's no hole in the bottom of the bucket, and put a hole about 4 inches up so that when the water level gets that 4 inches from rain or over water, and it'll run out. But the water bottles still have water in them for reserve for the roots to reach down to. Anyway. Yeah, these blocks up top, I started doing those with Becca and stuff on Zoom thing. And then just, I don't know, life in general, trying to put my sewing room back together, trying to rearrange it. In and out from seeing doctors on my back. It's just put a lot of holds on everything. Matter of fact, I got a call today while I was out shopping, a reminder that I have a heart doctor visit tomorrow. And I went, okay. All right.
Oh.
Well, you know, when you book those things 6 months or a year out, you're sort of like, oh, yeah.
Do you have to go drive very far to it, or is it in the town?
No, it's, shoot, maybe 10 minutes from here, if that.
Oh, sound.
Almost to the end, almost. It's faster, like I said, on the sewing machine, but I didn't want to make noise tonight.
That's all right.
Is my sewing machine making too much noise?
No, it's just where I go. I kept hearing a click. We kept hearing a clicking sound.
Yeah, I can't hear anything. Maybe a clicking, but it's all right now.
I
Sound
just
like
heard
somebody
static.
typing on a typewriter.
I mean, I have a laptop, but I don't think you can hear me type. But
Huh? Me too. Static.
Yeah, for some reason,
Kinda
my
sounds like
Chromebook,
a microphone.
my Chromebook just locks up and freezes on me, and I don't know why, because I've done Zooms a lot of times on here, and now for some reason it's decided it doesn't like me live on a Zoom or anything else. I've got it on the background so I can see me bigger, but it's delayed. Okay, I'm all the way around. Here's the one that's got the batting on glued on it. And you just slip it right over and start pulling.
Could you hold it up a little bit?
I'm trying to find you. There you go.
Okay.
So just a matter of getting it centered.
Mm-hmm.
My batting got turned in that one corner a little bit.
So what kind of thread would you use?
The one I've got now, because I just happen to have it, is upholstery thread.
Okay.
Because the cotton thread, you know, tends to want to break.
Would
Yeah,
quilting
somehow.
thread do?
And the one lady I saw on TV said to use top stitch thread for like when you're not hand topping, but machine hand topping stitch that's stronger. Just as long as it's not, you know, it's strong enough. Somehow I missed some gathering or I come undone from my knot. I don't know. I probably didn't make my knot big enough to stay in one spot. It's hard to think and talk at the same time for me. That's one too many. That's one too many things lately for me to do. Let me throw a couple more stitches in here again. Come on, pull through. Yeah, that's what's happened. The knot's poking through, so I'm going to find that knot. Hold on just a second. Let me find my original knot so I can tie it to it. Oh, come here. Where is the...
Sheila asked, would quilting thread be strong enough?
With what?
Ask if it.
Sheila asked, would quilting thread be strong enough?
Yeah, I'm sure it would be, as long as you can't pull it and break it.
Is there a different types of like thread that's with strength on it, or is it just
Yes.
one? Okay, all right.
Yes.
Just curious. Yeah.
Yes, it's sort of like wire, different gauges,
Okay.
different strengths, different materials. Rayon, silk, polyester, cotton, polyester blend. All right, I got my 2 ends. Let me put one knot in and then I'll hold it up.
And is there any like material that it's too thick to sew, or is it just you use one material? I'm just wondering.
Depends on the sewing machine.
Okay.
All right, so I got one knot in there. See it?
Oh, nice. Okay, good.
And while I got it pulled tight, instead of tying a second knot, I found that if I go and catch a couple pieces of fabric, because when you're trying to put that second knot in there, sometimes it just gets looser again. So now that I put it through the material itself for a second knot,
Okay.
so I can hold it to get. Yeah, don't lose the needle now. That's another. Oh, poke myself. That's another. That's another reason I was using the glue to make sure it stayed.
I mean, you didn't hit yourself with a needle, did you?
Yep.
Oh, you did? Okay. Oh, no, that's
Okay.
not bad.
Don't you hate it when you do that and you go to bleeding and you can't work till you?
I'm about to say, has anybody stabbed themselves good enough that when you're bleeding so bad you got to stop and put a Band-Aid on, or what? I mean,
Oh, yeah.
How about going to the ER to have the end of your finger stuck back on?
oh, really? Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh, I'm
Got
sorry.
it with the
Oh, wow.
rotary cutter.
That's just from sewing. Oh, wow.
I was using a rotary cutter on that shape cutter that's got slices in it where you can measure, ½ inch, whatever over. Let's just say my finger was 1/4 of an inch hanging over the wrong way.
Oh, no. Oh, my gosh, I'm sorry. Oh,
Well,
no.
Them cutters almost scare me. They're so sharp.
Okay, just to make it a little bit tight. Whoops, here.
Mhm.
Make it a little bit tighter. I'm just going to run the needle through a couple of these little peaks here and tie it off real good.
And Linda says you don't need to cover the whole inside.
No, because you're not going to see it. And then, of course, a couple loops out. Hey, you're not sewing unless you're poking yourself.
I'm about to say, I mean, how can you not come out without poking yourself? But hey, I don't know.
That's what you have the sewing machine for. Okay, there you go. You got one side. Here's the hoe.
Yeah, looks good.
Okay. Now, here's my second one. Whoops. Second one. But I tried gluing it on first.
Yeah.
So I'm going to set it down here and see how that works. And it's got my label on it too. So you don't have to worry about anybody seeing the inside between these things. So it can be sort of messy. And I'm just going to put a dot of glue where that is. So can't break. Oh, my nose not running. Okay, let's string this. Put some more string on this again. Now I already have some buttons picked out for these that I did the other day when I was going through my button jar. I figured it'd save time on the next couple of them because I cut a whole bunch of these apples out. I had no idea what I was going to do with this. I got it at the thrift shop, charity shop for like, I don't know, $2 a yard. And I thought, well, I'll find something for it. I mean, it's really good quality. All right. Going down for the thread.
Mhm.
I don't know how long I've had this thread.
Now, do y'all use the same sewing machine, or do you upgrade every so often, or I mean,
Well, depends on how much money you have and how much sewing you do.
okay. I was just wondering if it's like a laptop or a computer. I mean, I know some sewing machines are old, some are new. Some
My
do
last
different
one I
things,
got, that's gonna be it. That's my Cadillac. A
I bought
15,000
my
Tsunami.
I went from a brother. I actually have a whole bunch of storage that we thought we were going to get out this year. And shameless to say that it's been in storage for over 10 years. Luckily, it's at a cheap storage place. But I've got probably three sewing machines and a serger in there.
Mhm.
But that's in another town.
I got a serger somebody gave me, and I've never threaded it.
Well, my mother
I don't even
passed
know how
away.
to start.
My mother passed away in 2020. Yeah. And she had a little bit of money in her account at the nursing home. And they at the end of the whatever year, they did some calculations of all the times that she was at the hospital instead of the nursing home. So they had to give you that money back since she wasn't there to be cared for. And anyway, at that time, that's when I started quilting, or well, making masks. And I've sewed clothes and stuff on and off for years. But it just kept nesting and everything else, and getting up. I just sat and yelled at it all the time. And my husband said, well, go get you another one. I said, well, that's going to be over $400 more to get a good one. And then about that time, give or take, when my mother passed away, I took that money that came in the mail and bought a baby lock. Probably medium priced. I never can say it. It's Veer, V-E-R, V-E-R-V-E. Ver. I don't know where they come up with these names. Probably somebody's great aunt or something. But anyway, since I thought I'd probably be doing some embroidery and stuff, and that's why I picked it. And that was before I got into quilting.
So how long have you been quilting?
Well, I guess I could say since the beginning of 21 or so, because I've sewn off and on, making clothes and children's clothes and tote bags and whatever through the year. Ever since I learned to sew in home ec. And I don't know why. There's glue or something on the string. It's just not wanting to pull through good. There. Now I got it going.
Well, let me ask y'all, do y'all make clothes from sewing, or do you just do quilts and blankets, I guess?
I used to, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I learned to make an apron, an A-line skirt, and a tote bag in home make.
Oh, that's good. Wow.
And then once you learn to make an A-line skirt, made the drama class that year was putting on. Now I know I'm dating myself. Have y'all ever watched the movie Paint Your Wagon?
Mm-hmm.
In there, they sang the song Mariah, and it's a saloon scene
Yeah.
with Clint Eastwood and everybody in there digging the gold underneath the floor of the. Well,
Yeah.
anyway, I took that A-line skirt and made the girls long dresses for like in the bar scenes and stuff, and
Wow. Yeah.
the pioneer women.
Mm-hmm.
I just got glue on this string. That's on. No, it's got a knot in it. That's why it's giving me a heck time. Little bitty tiny knot in the string. I can't just pull it freely. Anyway, I'm going to bore everybody to death waiting for me to get this done. That's why I'm not going to do tutorials.
I mean, well, have you actually? That's a good question. Has anybody done tutorials on how to sew and put it out on their YouTube channel? That's actually, I would think that would be something that people would want to watch, or
They do.
Yeah. I mean, I've done, I've worked information technology all my life, and I thought about doing that for my channel, but haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, trust me, there's enough of us old ladies out here that don't know how to hardly use anything. Networking and stuff like that. That's always good. Learning how to operate stuff just like the StreamYard.
Yeah.
But
It's all
it's
a
just,
learning experience, I can tell you that.
right. Well, and put it into language that we understand.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm almost there. It's just that darn knot slowing me up, having to try to pull my thread past it. I guess I got it in there somehow when I was taking it off and putting the needle on or something. I made mine a little bit longer so they're not that tight 1 inch that she had. I went and made them about 1.5 inches oversized, so I had plenty of room. I didn't have to worry about making that 1/4 inch little sew. All right, let me get my other end and start and pull them tight. Ta-da! Yeah, one to the left and one to the right. Okay, just pull it tight again. And it's like, where's that extra finger at when you need it? And somebody you're tying a bow. I'm just going to run it through the fabric right quick to cinch it up. That's what I like about this upholstery fabric. It takes a lot to break the string.
So, do you have any broken needles? Do you break needles?
All the time.
Okay, all right. I mean, is there different needles for different fabric, like the thickness?
Yeah.
Or okay.
Yeah, it's a different shaft.
Okay.
Y'all ladies know just as much as I do, so.
I just want to learn.
Again, it's like gauges of metal. I don't know. I guess, trying to talk to a man might understand that more. And the different size of the hoe,
Okay.
which the needle goes through, depends on how big, the fabric you're using. Okay, little dab-a-doo on that knot. You can use fray check too if you want to. I'm just taking my finger and smearing some of that glue around in between the disc and the.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here's my sandwich. Okay, and I've got 2 sets of green buttons picked out that I found that matched. There's a set of these, and well, actually there's 3. They don't even match. Close enough. 2 match, 2 don't. And I happen to have some red thread here from the other day. Nippers. Oops, you put those back on the. Anybody else got anything going on planned?
I've got all my blocks made when I'm setting food.
Oh yeah, I gotta give you my address so I can get you to mail me that chicken too.
Okay. Just email it to me and I'll send you a copy of it.
Okay, hold on just a second.
I put out the joke of the day today.
What's
Usually
that?
Monday, Wednesday, and every other Friday, I usually put out a joke of the day. Dad joke of the day.
Oh, somebody else I know does that too.
Yeah.
But he's a chicken farmer.
Yeah. Oh, is that Lark's Homesteadish? Because I know
No,
I know he puts out the. He was doing some chicken jokes, and I kind of like those.
yeah.
Yeah.
Head Family Farm. They also do websites too.
Yeah. Okay.
She does a website for Cog Hill. All right, this is the way my mother taught me, and this is the way I do it. I see everybody else doing it different, but that's how I've always done it.
That's the way I do it too.
Oops. Went a little too far on that. And I tie a knot onto my button. Ow.
Ow.
That's why I don't try to hand sew. Doctors,
Yeah, I was
keep
gonna say,
open.
you stab yourself, or I think I have a. You know what? Actually, I think I have a needle right here. That was actually, yeah, right here. I use that to pop a blister. I can't say that big it is, but yeah. I just use that to pop a blister, but
Yeah, I'm a diabetic and, not severe enough that I have to constantly watch it.
mm-hmm.
Oh, can't believe I just did that. All right. Retake. Anyway, I get blood blisters and everything on my fingers really bad, and I hate needles anyway.
Do you have to pop the blisters, or I mean?
No. When you're diabetic, you gotta
Oh, okay.
tap your finger with a little needle and do a blood test.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
I hate doing it. I did it again the other day, and I hadn't done it in a long time because mine's just be careful, not bad. I'm going to go through the fabric this time and not do it that way. 2 hoes are better than 4 hoes to me, but most of my buttons have 4 hoes. It just means 2 less hoes to have to go through all the time. And of course, you just put your button on one at a time, right in the center. Try to keep it tight. I got glue on my fingers right now and they're sticky. I usually have a wet rag over here while I do this. I was sitting there thinking the other day, I wonder how well that would work if you really were serious about making a lot of these. To mark the center, use your button attachment on your sewing machine and pre-attach your buttons in the center.
Oh, okay.
I would like to make a bunch of stuff for resale, but I don't know.
I mean, have you ever thought about, I thought about doing shadow boxes on Etsy. I mean, have you ever thought about doing that or?
The fees on those things are so high that
Oh, really?
everybody tells me.
Because I have a lot of shark's teeth. I was going to do like a shadow box and then do that, but I didn't go that far.
I used to have a good, back in the 90s, 95, the beginning of 95, well, end of 94-ish, Halloween. I took over a building in this little tiny town that I lived in. And another couple had gone in there and cleaned it up because it had a lot of automotive parts and junk in it. And they rented it from a guy and turned it into a pool hall for the kids. Our little town that was K through 12, city limits, 340 something people, give or take, born and die. And yep, I should have put the other one on before I went this far. Darn it! I'll tie this off and put another. Made my string too short. I told y'all I can't sew and do stuff at the same time I talk. Just cut that off and put some more thread on. But anyway, if you go back and forth through your needles, your buttons at the same time, it's easier. I just lost track of my brain. I got the nerves in my back burned again last Friday.
Thoracic congratulations.
And that's just around the CD, isn't it? I mean,
yeah, pulled tight around the CD.
But you used some glue. Did you glue the cloth on there and then go ahead and sew it, or?
When I pulled it tight, I just rubbed a little glue around underneath here.
I got it. Okay.
And just in case a needle breaks, and the thread breaks.
Okay. I mean, that's a good idea.
You know, you got to think about kids playing cards and stuff all the time, not just adults. And of course, probably make them frisbees and everything else by the time. I've had kids and I've had grandkids. Okay, let's do this one more time. I'm going to put the button on the other one. Find the center. Okay. Yeah, just nothing's going right tonight. Now take the two. I got the button started. And normally, like I said, I would have done both sides at this pretty much at the same time.
Yeah.
Wasn't thinking. Anyway, that's what you would normally do, is just go back and forth.
Oh, okay. I think around.
In the center.
And Peggy Lynn says, so you don't pull them together with the button thread?
Yes, and I just got too busy talking, wasn't paying attention. I told y'all I can't talk and walk and, do anything at the same time. But yes, that's what I would have done if I'd been thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it's the buttons and the thread holding the buttons together on both sides. That's what's holding it together. I just wasn't prepared for this tonight.
So you don't sew none of the round part at the bottom together.
Nope. That stays loose all the way around. You just want your buttons tight enough
I mean,
so your cards don't fall out.
okay.
Okay. What you gonna do tomorrow? What you gonna do tomorrow? I don't know yet. I might get that bed cleaned off and try to.
What's wrong, Ho? I've been in that one enough times.
Fix.
If you can get those holes lined up, it makes it a lot easier.
Mm-hmm. Justina says she loves the material. Could you put glue on the inside where the buttons are?
Yes, you could. But I did that the other day just to give it extra support. Like I said, if I'd been thinking a while ago, I would have sandwiched these together sooner. Well, boogers. That's what I'm saying. Once you get it tight enough, it's hard to peek and see where your hoe is.
There's a joke for Yellow Shirt Dad.
I'm sorry, what?
Yellow Shirt Dad, have you ever heard the bad dad joke? I never buy clothes with Velcro. It's a total ripoff.
Yeah, actually, I heard that. You're right. Yeah, I did that. It's just like when, can February, March?
Okay.
No, but April and May can.
Okay.
But I did hear the one about the Velcro. You're right.
There, finally found the hoe. Some of my strings got a little loose somewhere along the line, bubbled up. But that's what one of the ladies did is she put just
It's a total ripoff, yeah.
put a dab of that glue or fray on it, fray stop, when they tied the knot on it. Somehow I got my thread twisted around and around like a. I don't know how I managed that.
It's unwinding.
I know. I need to hit the other side where I need more threads. I keep coming up on the wrong side. I have cross it tied. I'll just do that. Go 4 across. Doesn't make any difference to me.
And Rushing Wind Mountain, that's an amazing idea using a CD. And it is.
Man, this one's turning out terrible. I got little threads that are sticking up here.
It don't matter. You're just demonstrating for us.
Yeah.
It's still be usable.
Yeah.
All right. Did y'all know that singing in the shower is fun until you get soap in your mouth?
Yeah.
Okay.
I sing in the shower and the water turns off.
I'm gonna be here all week. I'm gonna be here all week.
I used to want to be a comedian a long time ago.
Yeah. I just bring a kind of humor to everything. Within this world of so depressing and everything going on, we need a little laughter. We need to laugh. You need to laugh. You need to cry. You need to do,
I heard something on the radio last year. It was talking about it's good to go somewhere and just get a good cry off. It sends endorphins off in your brain that actually make you feel better.
Yes, Shadow. I did use that joke one time. I did do that. And, I'll go with Jim Valvano. He said you got to cry, laugh, and do some other things in one day, and you've had a good day. I mean, and I kind of look at that, and the way that I look at him with that, yeah, I mean, that's a good day. If you've laughed, cried, and done some other things in one day, you've had a good day.
I just put a dab of glue over where I tied that knot so it wouldn't come undone.
So you got it all done.
Anyway.
You can start to finish on here.
Yeah, with a few more holes in my fingers. Oh, shoot. Yeah, it's a lot easier with the sewing machine and a lot less painful. Anyway, I think that's one's enough for today.
I said, while you were working on that, I finished my block. Now I need to iron them and decide where they're going to go there behind me.
Wow.
Well, you're usually the one having to read off everything and do everything.
What's everybody else been working on? I see those Oreos dipping in that milk.
And
I can only have so cute mini.
And I've got this whole plate full of these little ears I cut off of them blocks. So I'm going to sew them together. I think I'll make a little doll blanket for one of the granddaughters.
Yeah, I thought these apple ones, if I got them done in time, would be good for the kids' end of the year teacher party. Giving your teacher something.
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
But anyway, I've got some material that I got at that thrift shop. I got golfing, fishing, police, fire department. I've got a lot of novelty stuff, and I've been trying to think of what to use it for. And I think that's what I'll do with it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
We got to stay on it. We got to stay on it till 10 o'clock, and then I'm going to bed. It's past my bedtime after 10.
11 o'clock here.
It's 9:54, so tell some more jokes for a few more minutes.
Yeah, it's 10:54 here.
Yep.
On the East Coast.
At my house too.
On the East Coast.
Hey.
Trying to make sure I put all my glasses, and I've got a lot of them, in different strengths. Because I don't know one day to the next day what my eyes are going to do.
All right, ladies. All right, hold on. What do snowmen do in their spare time?
Melt?
They just chill.
Okay.
That's a good one.
And I got to tell you, I'm always nervous around calendars because their days are numbered.
Yeah. Have y'all ever had trouble keeping up with your scissors and your nips and stuff?
Oh, yeah.
I tied an orange string to mine that parachute cord. So it hangs over, they hang together, and if it's underneath something, hopefully something's sticking out somewhere. But I put them up there on my, where I rewind my bobbin on top and let them hang down. As it is, I've lost the remote in here to my TV, so that's why I had my computer on too, so I could see what's going on better than just on the phone.
Oh, then it's a soap opera. Okay, that's a good one too.
Oh yeah, that's a soap opera. Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, we all need a little humor. We all need a little laughter. I mean, it all makes the day go by good. And if we can all bring that, I have no problem with it.
Pam tied $5 bill to it, and I bet you helps you keep up with it.
I don't know about that either.
Gary. That's old Gary.
I'm not kidding. Do y'all want to see something terrifying?
Gary, I tell
He
you what.
probably would keep up with it then.
Or a 20-pound weight.
Oh, he's a good guy. Yeah, if you haven't checked him out, go ahead and check him out. I mean, he's really good.
And Mona wants to know if you finished your quilt, Francis.
I'll be quilting it. I might try to get it sandwiched tomorrow.
I hope tomorrow I can show you mine all put together. Just depends on what I have to do tomorrow.
Oh, you will. It don't take you no time. You're so fast.
Then I'll put it on the quilt machine and quilt it.
Yeah.
I've got this quilt design that's got little bumblebees, so I'm gonna make flowers and bumblebees on it. Because some of the pieces have little bumblebees. They're behind me, but
I love bumblebees and butterflies. Those are my favorite.
can you see the butterflies and the bumblebees? Let me show you these pieces. This has got the butterflies. Can you see that? Let me make myself bigger. Can you see the butterflies? Isn't that cute?
Yeah, that's green. That's a good color green.
And that's got the bumblebees. See the little bumblebees?
Oh wow, that's pretty good.
That's good.
I like that.
Yeah.
So we'll have a quilting pattern that'll have bumblebees on it.
I
Yeah.
think I want to do this next.
Let's see what you're gonna do. Let's see.
I mean, yeah.
I've made that one. I'm gonna do it
Have
again.
you?
I've made that one. You want to see mine? It's in a stack.
Yeah.
You want to see it?
Yeah.
All right, let me go. Let me make you. I'll be right back. It's in another room.
No, we're all here. I mean, so when you got that out of is that out of a book or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Missouri Star.
Okay.
It's her block magazine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
You
see
can
it.
see it.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, I can
Lordy,
see it.
I went somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, my
I
God.
ordered that last year. I got a whole year of those. And then I canceled it because I hardly ever opened it up and looked at it. I don't like trying to follow a pattern. I feel like a pattern's just a suggestion.
Or maybe it's not exactly like the one you showed, but there's my tulips.
That's pretty.
But it may be a little different than the one you held up. But now that I'm pull this one out, anyway, that's my tulip quilt.
I'll never be able to get a long arm.
It takes a lot of room to have one.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, if my husband passes away before me, I might be able to get one.
Well, I've had to put my.
As long as
I mean,
as I have a room for sewing and a room a place to sleep and a place to eat, I'll be happy.
Mm-hmm.
so you're gonna make room.
Yeah.
I had to put mine in that.
That's all right, man. You know what? Hey, look, I've moved from different apartments to apartments, and you want. I've learned to downsize, be a minimalize everything. So yeah.
You said now. What did you say before? When you learned to what? What happened?
I said when I learned to move, I learned to minimalize everything. So when I moved, I moved 3 times in 4 years. I learned to get rid of things I don't need in order to move. So, I got to downsize.
Yeah, that's just like when we got married. I was I was between just fixing to start 12th grade. He was in the Navy, and my clothes and whatever little knickknacks I had went in the car that we bought, and off we went. And the next trip we'd gathered household sort of stuff, and that still fit in the car pretty much. A few things got shipped. And it just grew from there.
Frances said her tablet died, so she's on her phone now. I wonder where she went.
Uh-oh. Did it run out of battery power or what?
That's just what she wrote. I knew she disappeared off the screen.
You were talking about some other stuff. This is something I started months ago, which I need to get finished, like everything else.
Mm-hmm.
I like making little girls' dresses and stuff.
Oh, you make a dress. Okay. All right.
But I got a bunch of seersucker at that resale shop I told you about for $3 a yard.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing like little girls' clothes or something made out of seersucker.
Do you have little granddaughters? Do you have granddaughters? Or
Yes, I have 3.
three?
3 granddaughters and 4 grandsons.
Mm.
And the one granddaughter that's my youngest, right after we got done making masks, I thought, here I am in Hobby Lobby, and I'm going, okay, got enough masks. What can I do? Because I made my daughter's clothes up until 4th grade. In the middle of 4th grade, almost to the end of it, we changed schools, and she couldn't wear anything that was pants, leg related, unless it was full pants or a dress. So she had all these culottes and jumpers and everything else she couldn't wear anymore. Anyway, so the first 2 granddaughters, their mom is a little on the picky side. So I decided really quick, if I made something, it may or may not go on the kid. And then, so here I was in Hobby Lobby. I called my youngest granddaughter that was 8 about the time, and I said, if I make you clothes, will you wear them? Oh, yes. All right. Well, apparently, most of the clothes I made her and a lot of the novelty print was a little too young for her. And she hit that cowgirl stage where it was nothing but blue jeans and cowboy shirts and belt buckles. So I ended up getting most of that back from her about 1.5 years later that I made. And there's a family in Oklahoma called the Eddy family farm, Brandon and Stephanie. And he's part Indian, so they've been waiting for 11 years almost to get a house built by the Indians. And so they bought some land and everything. And so they've been living on the land in a camper with 4 kids. But anyway, here I had those clothes, and I told Stephanie, I says, I think I have some stuff that'll fit her that has maybe been wore once or twice, if that. And they really liked them.
Did
So
you bring
then
that quilt?
Did you miss it?
Yeah, my tablet died just as soon as you got up to go get it.
All right, I'll show it again just for you.
Okay.
I'll make myself bigger.
But last year, September, they had dressed little girls around the world. And I made 10
I
dresses.
love it.
Oh wow, that's pretty good.
That's cute.
Showed, but
And wow, that's pretty good.
That is pretty.
It's almost wow, it's like a flower on each.
Yeah,
I think I'm going to do that with some of that Pioneer Woman material.
well, I made that
Yeah,
with the
that's
layer.
good. That's
That's what I used to make it. Let's see.
after I get out of the doctor's tomorrow, I go at 12, and then I got a few things to do, and I might come on just to see if anybody else is busy.
Can you see the quilting on it?
Yeah,
I thought it was pretty.
it is.
But
Get a little bit close.
let's see. Hope you can see.
Oh, okay. I see it. That's pretty. I have to look on the computer, and it's too small on my phone. Of course, if I put my glasses back on, it might help.
All right. How do I send a picture of my quilt? You just have to come up on screen and show us. She can't send a picture, can she, Yellow Shirt Dad? Have to,
No.
You're the technology guy. We just quilt.
Yeah. I mean, I've done 20 years in information technology. So what's your question?
But I mean, she can't send a picture. She'd have to come up and show us in person, wouldn't she?
Yeah.
Well, it depends on what the picture's like. I mean, I know when I save Apple pictures from my phone, it's different. What is it? HECI format. I need to change it to JPEG, JPEG. So I don't know if that might work. If you want to send that, I always send my pictures at JPEG. I mean, I know Apple went from my iPhone saves it as a different format, and most people can't open that if they don't have the right tools for it.
Because she said, how does she send a picture? Charlotte, just come up. You can click the link and come up.
Come on up. Come on up.
Come on up.
That way you can just show us your quilt.
Yeah.
Come on up.
Or if you don't want to tonight, you can tomorrow night. You can be all ready to come up tomorrow, and we can look at it tomorrow. Yes, I think I've read all the comments. Maybe
I haven't been able to see the comments tonight.
you are seeing them.
I can now. I got it where I can see them, but the computer is so far away.
You couldn't read anything when you were making your card holder.
No.
They are on her Android. If she sent pics to you, you could share on the screen, but not sure how. And she's already in bed. Well, tomorrow night you'll have to come on earlier and not be in bed. Well, it's past 10 o'clock. Do we go to bed or do we shoot for 2 hours?
I'm headed to bed, but I don't know how fast I'm going to go to sleep. Let's just put it that way.
Moving that goalpost or whatever further down the.
Yeah, I need to go. I need to go too, so I can get Beverly to bed. She looks like she's awful sleepy over there.
Okay.
She hasn't gone to bed yet tonight.
I'm going to go take my medicine and my sleeping pills.
Share your screen and just bring up that file. Sandra, how's the cross stitching going? If Rita shared her screen while she had the image open. See, I don't know how to do that stuff though. And
I think if we all do this enough, we'll learn fast from each other.
I don't know if I'll ever learn to do it right.
Well, all right, y'all. I'm gone. I'm out of here, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Good night. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Everybody's dropping off.
I know. Well, I'm fixing to too.
Oh, I know. Yeah, it's 11:10 Eastern Standard Time. So yeah, it's all right.
All right. Good night, everybody.
All right. I'll see y'all next time. Bye, y'all.
I'll see y'all later. Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Good.